Welcome to Money Time Coaching. If you're new to the channel, my name is Robert and I'm an accredited financial counselor with a specialization in financial coaching. I'm also a professional mortgage agent. In today's video, I'll tell you what you need to know about the changes to the foreign buyers ban. So for those of you who are already familiar with the foreign buyers ban, it was an act that was passed by Parliament on June 23, 2022, and the act and regulations came into effect on January 1st, 2023, as part of the Government of Canada's strategy to make housing more affordable for Canadians. What this act does is bar commercial enterprises and individuals outside of Canada from buying residential properties in the country. What led to the foreign buyers ban amendments? I think the lobbying efforts of realtors and the Canadian Real Estate Association played a major role in the amendments to the prohibition on the purchase of residential property by non-Canadians. These groups were able to notice two areas of the act where the language used in the act was actually causing issues that were stopping real estate development, which in turn negatively affected the housing supply. The first issue was residential property. Residential properties did not only include detached, semi-detached row houses and condos, but also land. Vacant or developed land that doesn't house a habitable structure is zoned for residential or mixed use within a metropolitan area, is included under the definition. The problem with this is when you consider that the entire downtown Toronto falls under this category, it has a consequence of banning any commercial property from being owned by non-Canadians. The second issue was non-Canadian. The source of the problem here is that corporations are considered non-Canadian under the Act if they have foreign ownership of at least 3%. But the Act excluded companies listed on the stock exchange, but not the real estate investment trusts, also known as REITs, who play a major role in developing residential property. This had the consequence of making publicly traded Canadian REITs bear the label of being a foreign entity, which essentially blocks the development of housing. What are the changes to the foreign buyers ban? The first change enables more work permit holders to purchase a home to live in while working in Canada. Work permit holders are eligible if they have 183 days or more of validity remaining on their work permit or work authorization at the time of purchase and have not purchased more than one residential property. The second change is repealing existing provisions so the prohibition doesn't apply to vacant land. And vacant land zoned for residential and mixed use can now be purchased by non-Canadians and used for any purpose by the purchaser, including residential development. The third change is exception for development purposes. This exception allows non-Canadians to purchase residential properties for the purpose of development. And the fourth change is increasing the corporation foreign control threshold from 3% to 10%. This was increased to align with the definition of specified Canadian corporation in the Underused Housing Tax Act. Are the changes good? In my opinion, I will say that these changes merely make what policymakers intended to achieve achievable. Clearly, the act was ambiguous prior to these changes, and now that it's been amended, I concur with the Honorable Ahmed Hussein, Minister of Housing and Diversity and Inclusion, when he says, and I quote, "These amendments strike the right balance in ensuring that housing is used to house those living in Canada, rather than a speculative investment by foreign investors," end quote. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and become an official member of Money Time Coaching. Your wallet and your future self will thank you.